Hi, everyone. It is Rabbi Dov Chastain, and I am here to continue learning Nesivos Shalom with you. We are learning Maimar Haravi, the fourth Maimar on Pesach Chag Emunah, Pesach, the festival of our faith. And we should all continue to daven for Refuah Shlema for those who are stricken by the coronavirus, by COVID-19. I continue to hear stories of individuals who I know and who I am close to who have this disease. We believe in the power of tefillah. We should daven. We should daven that they should all have a refuah shlema, as is Hashem, soon. We were speaking about the topic of Emunah, and we're going to talk more today about how our faith in Hashem became even stronger through the Makos. We're going to be speaking about different types of Makos and the specific things those Makos taught us. So we're actually picking up at the bottom of page Reish Lamed Zion. I don't even remember if I opened this up yet. I think I did. Is this what I need to open? Yes. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you in one moment, and then you will be able to look along with me. Here I go. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Let me pull this up. So we're actually at the very bottom of this page. We already started the section Dalet here. We're at the very bottom of this page where it says, Ubetosefes bir, and to clarify this even further, Yesh Lomar, it's possible to say, Dezeh chidusho shel Rebbe Yehuda, that this is the very idea that Rebbe Yehuda is trying to bring out, Shahaya Nosen Bohem Simonim, and giving an acronym for the 10 plagues. Ditzach Adash Ba'achav. We know we say this during the Seder. We tip out a little bit of wine, or we drip out a little bit of wine from our cups. And we say that Rabbi Yehuda gave simanim, gave a sign, gave an acronym to the Makos. But what was the purpose of doing that? So now back on the top of that next page here, and I'm going to start looking inside my own sefer in a moment. Just move myself up here. There we go. Shalach Ora, that at first glance, you'd ask yourself a question. Lo muvan ma ba Rabbi Yehuda lachadesh b'dvarav. What's Rabbi Yehuda coming to say with his words? What new idea is he bringing out by just abbreviating the Makos into the Tzach Adash Ba'achav? What's he doing? V'chi ba lomer es roshe tevos shel esra Makos. He's just coming to tell you the letters that begin each one of the Makos. That doesn't make any sense. Ella shechilek esamakos legimel chalakim. Rather, the answer is that he divided up the Makos into 3 different categories, 3 different types of Makos. Each one of the Makos in each subcategory have a connection to each other, and they were teaching a specific lesson to Paro, to Mitzrayim, to Klal Yisrael. You have the Tachtiim, the Shniim, and the Shlishim. You have the lowest level, the second level, and the third level. To teach you that the Makos affected all parts of creation. It permeated all creation, and Hashem had the ability to affect all of creation. Gimel HaMakos HaRishonos, the first 3 Makos of Ditzach, Dam Tzvardei Akinim, Hayu Mitachas Lifnei Shetach HaAretz. They were beneath the surface of the ground, of the land. Kamashikasav, as it says in the Pasuk, Netei es yadcha al meimi Mitzrayim. Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu to stretch out his hand over the waters of Egypt. The waters are underneath the ground. The waters are below sea level, if you're at the sea, or below ground level, wherever you are. Ala naharos, ala yaorim, ala agamim, over the rivers, over the canals, over the lakes. V'chein, and it also says in a pasuk, Netei es matcha, stretch out your staff, v'hach es afar haaretz, and strike the dust of the ground. Shekol elu heim lamata b'bnei shetach haaretz. All of these things and all of these commands, which were the 3 commands over Dam, Tzvardea, and Kinim, were commanding Moshe Rabbeinu, and in the case of Dam, Tzvardea, and Kinim, also Aaron, since Moshe Rabbeinu didn't want to strike the water to show Hakaras Hatov for him being saved by the Nile, nor did he want to strike the sand to show Hakaras Hatov for the sand bearing the Mitzri that he had to kill. And in all of these, we are seeing how Moshe Rabbeinu was commanded to have an effect on something that is below the ground. Gimel Amakos Adash, Arov Dever and Shchin, wild animals, pestilence, and boils, those are now happening upon creatures that dwell on the land, that are on ground level. Those were occurring with all of the creations that are found on the face of the earth. Ha'arov, the wild animals, Elu Chayos Ros, these are bad wild creatures. Nachashim Akravim, they are snakes, they are scorpions. Hadever, the pestilence. Hayab Miknecha Asher Basada, that affected the livestock in the fields. Basusim, with the horses. Bachamorim, and the donkeys. V'chein Ashchin, and also the Shchin, the boils. Shahayab B'nei Adam, those affected people directly. Kol Elu Haim Al Pnei Shetach Haaretz. All of those makos affected things on the surface of the land, not beneath it. Ba'makos Achronos, and the last makos, Ba'achav, Bard Arbe Choshech, and Makos Mechoros. So hail, locusts, darkness, and the plague of the death of the firstborn, Heim Lamala Min Adama. Those were above the ground. Those were above ground makos. Those were happening in the air. Ba'aver HaShemayim, in the airspace of the heavens. V'hine Mechevan Sheparo Amar, and since Paro said, Mi Hashem, who is Hashem? V'lo yadati es Hashem, and I don't recognize Hashem. Shekafar ban hagaso yisbarach, that he denied Hashem's involvement with the world. B'chol chelkei abriya, and all the parts of creation. Al kain, therefore, the answer to that kvira is, I will show you that I exist and control all parts of the bria, all parts of the creation, whether it's down beneath the land, whether it's on the land, whether it's above the land in the air, I control it all. Heralo HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem showed him as Esra Makos B'chol Gimel Chelkei Abriya. He showed him the 10 makos affecting the 3 parts of the creation, beneath the ground, on the ground, above the ground. Uvamaka Rishona Shel Detzachin, and the first of the makos of Dam Tzvardei Akinim and Dam, Amar Le, Hashem said to him, Bezos Teda Ki Ani Hashem. Through this you will know that I am Hashem. Hainu Sheheralo B'makazo Ki Mitachas Lipnei Hashetach Ani Hashem. That is to say, he showed him that even beneath the surface of the ground, I am God. Uvamaka Rishona Shel Adash, and in the first makkah of the next set of Arov Dever Shchin, he said, Chazer v'amarlo. He again said to Paro, Laman Teda, so you should know, Ki Ani Hashem B'kerev Haaretz, that I am Hashem in the midst of the land, on the land. Hainu Shashkechaso Yisparach Shmo Umimshalto B'chol Chelkei Habriya, that his interaction with the world, his leadership of the world, his rulership of the world, are in all the parts of the creation. Gam al pnei hashetach b'kerev haaretz, also on the face of the ground of the land. V'achar kach, and then he showed him b'maka rishona shel ba'achav, in the first makkah of the new set, ba'achav bared arba choshech makas b'charas, hosif v'amarlo, he added and said to him, ba'avor teda, so that you should know, ki ein kamoni b'chol haaretz, that there's none like me in all the land. So he made these statements at the beginning of each of the 3 sets of makos. Now lahodia, in this last one, ki HaKadosh Baruch Hu ha-moshel b'chol habriya, that Hashem is the ruler of the entire creation, b'shamayim, b'shmei shamayim, the loftiest heights of the heavens, ba'aretz, b'chol asher aleha, on the land and everything that's on it and in it, mitachas la'aretz, and even underneath the ground, b'chol hayikum, and everything that exists, ein od milvado, there's nothing else aside from Hashem. So we have 3 different sets of makos to show an answer to the kvira of Paro, to the blasphemy of Paro, to the denial of Hashem's existence and interaction with the world that Paro had, and all the different parts of the Bria. I'm moving on to section Hey. Section Hey will be completed today by Be'ezus Hashem, and then in our final video, the 6th video of this series, we will do section Vav. Section Hey. V'al derech zeh, let me get us down there so you can see it well. V'al derech zeh, mavur gam maharal, the Sefer Gvuras Hashem. Through the mahalach that we've been laying out here, through the ideas that we've been saying, we can also clarify a section from the Maharal, which is going to be a long section that he starts right here, and it goes for quite a while, quoting the Maharal. Shekol Seder Amakos, the entire order of the plagues, Haya miyuad liglos es hanhaga halyona b'chol chelke v'dargos habriya. All of the makos were intended to reveal Hashem's lofty direction and all the parts and levels of creation. It was a very intricate and planned out process, planned out by the highest knowledge and the highest wisdom to show Paro and to show the Mitzrayim, to show us how Hashem interacts with the world. Makkah Rishona, the first Makkah was Haisadam. It was blood. And he's going to go through all 10 of them right now and show specifics of each one. Shenilku me hayor, that the waters of the Nile were stricken. Lafisha mayim haim hanimuchim bioser, because the water is the lowliest part of the bria, of the creation. It is down beneath the earth. As it says in a pasuk, and the water that is beneath the land. We know there is a tehom, there's a great abyss of water underneath the surface of the land. Behem yisod ha'olam, and they are the foundation of the world. As it says in a pasuk, Kihu al yamim yisada, Hashem founded the world over the oceans, and established it over rivers, that there is water beneath the surface of the ground, and there are many makoros for that, all through Chazal and all through science. Hashem showed through this that he is the ruler over the foundations of the earth, the very foundations of the earth that he created, which is the lowest part of the Bria, the lowest part of the creation. After that, he moved up a notch, went to Tzvardeya, frogs that live inside the water. They are aquatic creatures. They live by the water. And they're a little bit higher up than Mayim, not only in the totem pole of creation, but also physically. They live higher up within creation. To show that also on this level, Hashem is the ruler of the world. Then came the lice, that was on the actual dust of the earth itself. That's higher up than the water, higher up also than the Tzvardeya who live in the water. Then came the plague of wild animals, Shehem Balei Chayim, that are actually living creatures that are running around above ground like human beings. I'm going to move us up here. Hadarim al haaretz, that live on the ground higher up than the lowly creepy crawlies like lice, but actually running around on the earth. The Haim Lamala Mimena, and that was above Kenan. Acher kach haisa makas dever. Then came pestilence. She'en yana ifush ha'avir. That was an airborne disease. Reminds me a lot of what we are struggling with and fighting against now in coronavirus. Shehu gavoa min haaretz. That's above the land, floating around as an unseen enemy in the air. Acher kach, after that, hevi aleim ashchin. Hashem brought upon them the plague of boils, shehu al yedei chamimus yisod ha'esh. Those were heat boils that came from a source of fire. We know that when Moshe Rabbeinu started off this plague, he was instructed to throw ash into the air to bring about this plague, and the ash spread over Mitzrayim and landed on the people and formed boils that came from fire. Asher hu l'malam min ha'avir, that fire is higher than the atmosphere, it rises up into the atmosphere. Acher kach, after that, hevi alei makas barad. Then came hail, even higher into the atmosphere. Me'avir hashamayim, coming down from the airspace of heaven, shehu yoser gebo, even higher. V'acharei haisa makas arbe. And then we had the makkah of locusts, which fly up in the atmosphere. Hadar ba'aver arkia, that fly around in the sky. V'hu yoser gebo b'mala, me'avir shebo hudar. Right? That is even higher up. They are animals that live, creatures that fly around in the heavens. Marachsiv, as it says, V'opio faith al pnei arkia shamayim. He's just bringing a raya here, a proof to the fact that we look at birds or other flying creatures as creatures that fly around al pnei arkia shamayim in the heavens. Acher kach, after that, ba makas choshech. Then he brought the plague of darkness, shenilku hamaoros, which struck the luminaries. It made it that the sun and the moon were not providing the light. Those are even higher up, past our own atmosphere, up into the darkness of space. Shehem nimtzam b'shmei hashmayim, those are in the depths of space, Elyonim, the highest heights. V'chol elu hamakos herlo HaKadosh Baruch Hu shu hamoshel b'chol habriya. And through all of those first 9 makos, Hashem showed that he is the ruler over all of the Bria, all of the physical Bria. But he has not done a makkah yet that affects the soul. That's coming. Me'a'aretz v'yad tzva shemayim, from the land to the heavenly hosts, shehem hagavon b'yoser, which are even higher. I'm going to move down the page a little bit so you can stay with me here. V'achar kach haisa makas b'choros, and after that there was the plague of the death of the firstborn. Sheba heralo HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that through this Hashem showed Shehu Amoshel Gamal Nishmas Adam, that Hashem is the ruler also over the souls of man, that life and death of a human being are in his hands. He can give life, he can infuse a neshama, and he can chas v'shalom snuff it out. And if he wills it, note lahemenu, he could take it from a person. He call elu advarim, because all of these things, v'af hama-oros, even the luminaries, the sun and the moon, nechshavim od gashmiyim, they're still considered physical until we get to this last makkah, aval nishmas ha'adam, the soul of a person. He davar ruchni, that is a spiritual matter. Shu yoser gavoa mikol elu, that is loftier and higher than all of these other parts of the Bria that we said Hashem already showed he controlled. The Heralo HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when Hashem showed Paro, shegam al dvarim haruchniim, that even over spiritual matters, hu yisparach moshel, he may be blessed, is the only ruler. V'zeh hayat tachlis esar makos, this was the purpose of the 10 makos. Shehera HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'paro, shemitachas la'aretz, Hashem showed Paro that underneath the face of the earth, the ad lamal mishmei hashmayim, until the highest heavens, ein od milvado, there is no one else but he, there is no one controlling it but he. Amnam, however, gam la'achar mikach, even after this, terem nichna Paro, Paro was still unwilling to subjugate himself. He savar haya, because he thought, shekol elu hemin yanim pratiyim, these were all specific instances. Ukamosha Amar, like you said, etzba elokim hi, this is just the finger of God. She'etzba hainu inyan prati, it's a specific individual plague that Hashem sent, but he wasn't looking at the bigger picture of al mi yemar. But who's to say Shekadosh Baruch Hu moshel b'chol mitzias abriya, that Hashem rules over all of existence? He can cause chance happenings, chance plagues, but to say that he rules over everything, nah. Uvazeh kafar adayin, so he was still denying Hashem's power. Yalzeh herol HaKadosh Baruch Hu es kriyas yamsuv. It was for that reason Hashem had to show him the splitting of the Red Sea. Move down even a little bit more here. Shayam hu inyan klali, hakolo es hakol, imada amar kol anacholam holchem es elayam. The yam was something bigger. The yam was something more encompassing. When you have a large ocean ecosystem like that, and he is mahafech the entire thing, he flips the entire thing on its face, splits the water, and makes a supernatural occurrence that completely shakes up one of the foundations of the Bria, of our oceans. He completely showed how an ocean could turn to dry land in 1 second if he willed it. This was not a prati idea, this was a klali idea. This was more of a general idea, an encompassing idea that Hashem can control the Bria. Like we say, Kol HaNechalim, all of the rivers, Holchem Elayam, they all lead to the sea. Va'az, and then once he saw that something as powerful and as fundamental in creation as the sea could be completely flipped on its head, Va'az nichna Paro, then Paro was humbled, V'r'oso she'HaKadosh Baruch Hu moshel gam Elayam, when he saw that Hashem can rule also over the sea. Ve'ein od milvado, and there is none other but he, b'chol mitzias abriya, and all of the existence of creation. Ad kan dibura, this is the end of the quote of the Maharal. Umarumaz gab b'mashakasim, and it's hinted to also in what is written in a pasuk, b'chol Elohei Mitzrayim es shvatim, that I will enact judgments over all of the gods of Egypt, shekol kochos haklipa v'atuma, that all the forces of impurity shall Mitzrayim of Egypt, Nichna'u nisbatla, were humbled and nullified, kol mitziyusum, all of their existence, mipnei hagilei agadol shel Emunah Hashem, by the incredible revelation of faith in God, shenisgala b'Mitzrayim, the Yetzias Mitzrayim, that was revealed at the time of the Exodus from Egypt. And as it's written in another pasuk, Shamu amim yirgazun, that nations heard and they trembled. That terror grasped those who lived in Palashas, those who knew that the Jews were coming for them in the land of Israel. Shekol Abriya, that the entire creation, V'umas ha'olam, and the nations of the world, V'chol kochos atuma, and all of the forces of impurity, Nichna'u la'amunas Hashem, were bent over in subjugation to faith in Hashem, Shenisgala la'ein kol, that was revealed in front of all of creation. Ki ein od milvado, because there is no one else, no other force in existence except Hashem. Gemokain, similarly, Nisgala al yidei makos inyan hashgacha elyona pratis, it was revealed through the makos, the topic of Hashem's divine providence and direct intervention with all of creation. I'll call prat to prat, with every detail of creation. As it says in a pasuk, V'hifla Hashem, that Hashem distinguished. He distinguished between us and the Egyptians. He showed that he was able to maintain and exercise complete control over all of creation. Uka Omram Zal, and like our rabbis of blessed memory said, Shekol Maka Haisa Niguf Lemitzrim V'Refuah Yisrael, that every Makkah was a strike to the Mitzrim and a healing force to the Jews. V'ro Ba'alil She'osam Mayim Kasher HaMitzri Shosa Osam Zo Makkah V'ro V'ilu Avor Yehudi Zirafua. And we saw that, for example, in Makos Dam, with every cup of water that the Mitzri tried to drink, it turned to blood, and it was a strike against him. And for every cup the Jew tried to drink, it was water, and it was a refuah. It was thirst-quenching, delicious, pure water for the Jew. V'chein b'chol makos, so too with all of the makos, haisa hashgacha, shetiya makarak al mitzrim, the hashgacha was, Hashem caused it to be, that the makkah only struck the mitzrim, below al b'nai Yisrael. It did not affect any of the Yidden. Let me move on to the next page. V'hinei hagiloi ha'emunah hazeh. And behold, the revelation of faith that we're discussing, Sheniskali de Amakos, that was revealed through the plagues, hu inyan nitzki, that's an eternal idea. Eser Amakos heim yisod ha'emunah shel ish Yehudi. The 10 plagues are a foundational part of a Jewish person's emunah, part of his faith in Hashem. I'm climbing up to the top of the next page here. The Aldvarim de Isa bedegel machane Ephraim, and regarding the words that are presented in the Sefer Degel Machane Ephraim, Bizkano from his, don't start my scheduled scan now, run it later. Please, I'm in the middle of a class here. Go away, Mr. Dell Support Assist. Nobody wants you here. There we go. I think he's gone. Baruch Hashem. All right. From his Zaidi, the Besh, the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh, Shehik Shal HaPasuk, he had a question on the Pasuk, V'yedu Mitzrayim ki ani Hashem, that the Mitzrim will know that I am God. V'chi laman yedu Mitzrayim ki ani Hashem, hayetzarech l'chol shidud ha'ma'arachus l'chol hayad ha'chazaka shasa Hashem Mitzrayim. Hashem needed so badly that the Mitzrim should know that he was God, that he would crumble all of the natural order. He would destroy nature for a time, and he would make all of these miracles and these wonders and really just flip all of existence on its head. It was so important for the Mitzrim to know that Hashem was God. Why was that so important? Umabakach im lo yedu zos Mitzrayim. Who cares if the Mitzrim didn't know? Mataretz hadegel machne Ephraim. The Degel machne Ephraim answered, Sheviyedu Mitzrayim, this idea of the Mitzrim knowing that I am Hashem, Koi al elu haYehudim. It wasn't about the Mitzrim at all. It was about the Jews. Shenis gashmu kol kach, that had become so gashmiistic, that had become so connected to Mitzrayim and to their culture, and had really sunken deep into the Mitzri way of life. V'hayu b'chinas Mitzrayim. They were actually living like Mitzrim, and they were pretty far gone. Ubavu ram, and it was for them. Shidei HaKadosh Baruch Hu es kol ha'marachos, that Hashem flipped over all of the order of creation. Laman teira ki ani Hashem, so that you will know that I am Hashem. Shal yidei hamakos, that through the makos, Pesach HaKadosh Baruch Hu Pesach avor haYehudim ha'ela. Hashem opened up a door for these Jews to return. Sheyuchlu gam kain la'agia la'amunah shlema, so that they too could be able to reach to full faith in Hashem. Ladas lahamin, to know and to believe, ki ani Hashem, that I am God. The nimsa she'esar makos in yanam nitzchi, and we find that the 10 makos, they're an eternal idea for us even today to help reignite our emunah. Shehem hatshuva ala ta'os, they are the answer to the mistake, lo yadati es Hashem, that Paro said of I don't know Hashem. Umikan hakoach leish Yehudi, from here comes the power for a Jewish person, lahasig, to reach the hiras ha'emunah, clarity of emunah. That is the end of this section and the end of this recording. And be'ezus Hashem, I will see you again soon. Have a wonderful Shabbos if it isn't Shabbos yet by you, and if it already is, Shavua Tov. Bye-bye.